Illinois officials connect their next year's budget to a highly controversial proposal to change the state income tax system. Well, they argue it's the only way to avert a looming disaster in states' public finances. One America's Kristian Rouz looks into the matter.
We've taken enormous strides forward to undo years of financial mismanagement.
Illinois governor unveils a plan to fix the state's ailing public finances as part of his $42 billion budget for the next year. In his budget address Wednesday, Governor J.B. Pritzker praised a bipartisan effort in the state legislature to reduce fiscal deficits from $8 billion down to $7 billion. However, the governor says more needs to be done to avoid the looming collapse of Illinois' public finances.
Last year, this General Assembly took an important step forward and passed income tax rates so that working class and middle class families will pay a lower rate and wealthy people will pay a higher rate. I believe this is far more fair than the flat tax rate that we have today.
The governor claims the change in Illinois' state tax system will generate $1.4 billion in additional fiscal revenues each year. Residents in the state will vote on the graduated tax rate in November, and if approved, it will go into effect on January the 1st of next year. However, critics say higher taxes on top earners could exacerbate capital flight, reduce job creation, and decimate the state's housing markets. This as more and more people are leaving Illinois for neighboring states.
My dad grew up in Roseland, my mom in Park Forest, but I grew up on the near north side. I didn't want to leave Chicago. I was aiding and abetting a corrupt system in Illinois.
According to credit rating agency Moody's, Illinois has $424 billion in debt on state and local retirement plans. This debt is mostly funded with tax money collected from households that make $75,000 per year or more. Some say if their state taxes go up, the flight of higher-income residents may accelerate, resulting in a collapse of Illinois' pension system.
Because there's been economic problems, the state's revenue are going to be dropping, especially if we're relying more heavily on the higher-income folks, because in downturns, their income is more volatile. And so
Pritzker's budget proposal also puts Illinois public schools in jeopardy for the first time in history. The governor's plan allocates only $200 million to higher priority schools instead of the necessary $350 million if the graduated income tax is not approved.
This is not nearly enough to fund our schools properly and allow us to alleviate spiraling local property tax burdens throughout our state.
Illinois Republicans are calling for deeper cuts to state spending and suggest the state must support business activity to grow the tax base instead of trying to squeeze more money out of citizens. They argue Pritzker's policies could deal a greater damage to the state's economy going forward. Kristian Rouz, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.